Hello, and welcome to the Shining Light Podcast. This is a platform where we let our individual light shine through our personal testimonies of the restored gospel of Jesus Christ and the many blessings it brings to our lives. Here's our host, Don Trell Morrow.
All right, thank you for joining us for another episode. It is my honor and privilege to shine the light on two awesome missionaries serving here in the Texas Houston East Mission. And for those of you out there, thank you for following them on social media, their Facebook pages. We absolutely love and appreciate the support. THE forever. So, just had to give that little caveat out there. So, I am going to introduce you listeners out there today to Elder Allen and Elder Brown. And they are going to share a little bit about, themselves, their, things that they like to do, and, just their overall experience that they had here in Texas. They've both been out. Well, I'll let them tell you, but let's just say that they're seasoned missionaries, and I appreciate them taking some of their time today. So I would like to see, I'm going to start with, which one of you guys are the oldest in this group? We're going to start with wonderful Elder Allen. So Elder Allen, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good.
Good. So I guess to start out, how long have you been out on your mission?
So I've been out a total of 23 months. 23
months. That's grandpa age out there, like in the mission world, people. So that's awesome. So 23 months, and you've had the opportunity to serve your whole mission here in the Texas Houston East Mission?
Yeah, I've served my entire time here.
That's cool. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself and about, kind of fun things you did back at home, and, just a little bit about what makes Elder Allen tick.
So I'm from Lehi, Utah, and I, like I said, been on the mission for 23 months. Back at home, I didn't do a whole ton, I think. I drove around a lot, hung out with my friends. One of my hobbies, I actually danced back at home, so that was something I really enjoyed doing.
What kind of dance?
I did ballroom dance,
Oh.
So I got involved in that through a couple of my friends, and yeah, I just really liked it. So
sweet, man. Well, you're gonna have to show me some moves after this interview.
I'm not
gotta see if you still got it.
Probably not.
All right, and good old Elder Brown over here. Kind of same question. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what things you like to do back at home.
Awesome. So, I've been out on the mission for about 22 months, so I'm right behind Elder Allen. I guess what makes me is I've grown up as actually a single and only child, which is kind of rare, with members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But I don't know. I had a pretty small group of friends back home, about 4 people, me and my girlfriend and my cousin and his girlfriend, and we did pretty much everything together. But I love to skateboard, and I did some hurdles in high school. And so, that's what makes me who I am.
So only child. That's awesome, man. And unique. What was it like for you when you came out here and you're around, all of these other young guys and gal missionaries?
I thought I wouldn't like it, but I've actually enjoyed it quite a bit because being an only child kind of stinks sometimes. You're alone quite a bit because you kind of have to make yourself busy. My grandma was really good at that, but it's good now having people around that I can talk to because I'm a pretty social person naturally.
Pretty extroverted, I got you. No, I know how you feel. I lived with my grandmother as well, and it was her and I for many years. So I was kind of like an only child, just being there with her. And yeah, you do find fascinating things to do. I know, off of the recording, Elder Allen and I have talked about at least one hobby we had in common as far as writing. And that truly came from me just being by myself and just learning how to make life exciting the best way I knew how. So, maybe in some ways that kind of prepared me for a mission too. I don't know.
Yeah, probably in a way. Probably in a way it did prepare you for a mission.
Yeah, but I'm curious to see. So, like, I'm from the South. I'm from here, and you gentlemen are from like different parts of the country. So, what has been some things that you would say you've learned personally about, people and about like just culture and communities since you've been able to experience life out here for the last almost 2 years?
For me, it's been the true Southern hospitality. Right, not to say people from Utah aren't kind and nice, but it's a different level of kind and nice. I didn't grow up saying yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir. But now it's become part of my vocabulary, and I really enjoy saying that. It makes me feel good being so kind and so that Southern hospitality. That's been something I've learned out here on the mission.
Just kind of curious, though, Alan, what things did you say then growing up back at home? If not, yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
Nope.
Ooh, that would have got us a good licking, man. That would have not been good if we said stuff like that. But, hey, to each your own. What about you, Elder Brown?
Man, I think along the same lines, I just love how closely knit everyone is. That's not something you find over in Arizona because everybody's so diverse. But I feel like here, diversity doesn't matter, and everybody gets along with everyone. You know your neighbors. I don't know. It's just something I want when I'm raising a family.
Man, you can totally make that happen, and I truly hope you do. I hope that, you say Southern hospitality. I hope you've been able to see just kind of how, people try to be close-knit and tight together, and they can, really accept one another in the communities. And so that's awesome. I'm glad you two learned that. So now for missionary work, what has been some of your most, like what you would say now, just kind of thinking back, first thing come to your mind, some of the most eye-opening experiences that you had that, have like changed you for, forever from this, like that experience moving forward?
Probably the most eye-opening experience I've had on my mission, just that's changed me and wanted me to be a different person. It's working with a lot of ward members. I've seen what has made a good ward member and a bad ward member, meaning like the active people and the non-actives. Mm-hmm. The non-actives, right, as missionaries, we sometimes go by and we kind of, for lack of a better word, hound them and get on their case a couple of times. And honestly, they're just not nearly as happy as the people who are going to church and doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I don't want to become like that. I want to stay happy. I want to be close to the church and always have that relationship with my Savior and not fall away.
What are some things that you've seen that may contribute to a person not being as connected, to the church as they once were?
It all starts with just reading your scriptures. So like every time I go by and talk to somebody who's not active in the church, I say, how often you're reading their scriptures? And they most time will say probably anywhere from 7 months to a year since they've read. And that will really damage somebody's testimony, and it will really drive them away from their Savior. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that, because you're right. Scripture study is definitely one of those things that we do need to remind ourselves of eternal truth. What about you, Elder Brown?
Just as far as what I've learned on my mission?
The eye-opening moment, biggest thing that's changed you feel like moving forward?
I just think seeing the power of God with us, like, I don't know. It's just a testimony that this is God's church, because I've had quite a few experiences where we were asked to do some pretty crazy things, like cast out devils,
Wow.
or say prayers on homes or prayers on graves. And it's interesting because it's not real until you experience it, and I don't think I can. I don't know. I think it's just part of my testimony, really.
Wow. I mean, I could only imagine just having to do that and what that would be like. And that's the one thing I do love about just missionary work in general, having the faith and having the knowledge of the power of the priesthood being restored. It gives you something just to hold on to. And since we've lived in probably that's going to be the most memorable year of all of our lifetimes, 2020, and not for all the right reasons, Caesar. How have you personally seen your mission changed because of the pandemic, specifically from the beginning of your mission COVID-19 till now post COVID-19?
So I really like that you asked that question, Don Tro, because I was actually thinking about that today. Right, I'm going home very soon, and I remember I had a companion a little bit about this time last year when he was going home, and I thought back to that time when he was about to go home to when now I'm about to go home, and it's not night and day, but it's like winter and summer. Like it's the same day. It's just different in its own way, because it's not completely different, but there's differences and similarities also. And it's just very, very different. We do missionary work completely different now, and but I like it. I think God was like, all right, let's see how the missionaries handle with the COVID and the pandemic. And I think we've done pretty well to do what we've been doing.
Awesome. The same question to you, Elder Brown.
Man, I was not planning on it. I don't think anyone was planning on it. I'll be honest, when it first happened, I was kind of not giving up on my mission, but I kind of felt like my mission was over. Like, what I used to be doing, it was so normal, it was so regular. I was waking up on time, getting things done, and going outside. That's what made it normal, at least compared to now. But as time has gone on, and as we've been inside for longer and longer, I've realized that it's not really about what you do; it's just how you do it. Because I don't know, the Spirit will help you if you're doing the right thing, and it took me a while to realize that it is the right thing to keep working, and that it should still go on, because that was a pretty hard thing at first. I wasn't really working 100%, but now I think I found a good balance.
It is. It's making the best out of every day that you can. And that's all we can do, because and I think I met you, honestly, around that same time, maybe a couple of months just before everything happened the way that it did and the way the country shut down and the world shut down. And I remember you asking me then on one of the evenings where we were going out and doing some missionary work together, you asked me, what was something that I had learned at that point, as far as how to be an effective missionary and how to go out there and find people. And, I know I gave you an answer that, related well to me on my mission, but I never could have even imagined that just 4 weeks or 5 weeks later after that we would be going through the complete changing of everything. And so I have to say, just personally, I'm proud of you, because I saw you in that early transition stage, and I'm proud that you didn't give up and that you stayed, out here and just gave it what you could, just a big question mark, not knowing what to expect, but you still kept going. And the same with you, Elder Allen. I mean, being able to meet you this last few weeks and being able to see, like, just honestly the tenacity that you have as well. Like, both of you complement each other in that way. And that's great that you're staying, that you stayed here and that you really can say, I fought the good fight. I didn't give up. What would be your guys' message to other, individuals out there, young people maybe considering to go on a mission and they're trying to decide, is it the right time? Is it still something that's plausible because of COVID-19? Like, what would be your advice or, words of wisdom for someone, considering that next stage in life?
I would say 100% do it. So many people in high school, I did this in high school, they were like, man, when I'm older, once I'm graduated, I want to be successful. I want to know how to talk to people. I want to be such and such, right? Everyone has that idea. Where you're going to learn that is on the mission. You're going to learn how to talk to people. You're going to learn how to live with someone that you may not get along with. You're going to learn so many incredible life lessons on the mission. And I look at my friends who did not serve a mission and at me, and I have grown so much more than they have in the 2 years that they've been at home living their life. The mission will teach you so many incredible skills. And if you want to become a certain person, the mission is where you're going to learn to become the person you want to be. For the world, to be social and all that, but it's also going to teach you the spiritual person you want to be, as such as coming closer to Christ.
Thank you so much for that, Elder Allen. Elder Brown, same question.
Oh man, that's pretty much what I would say. Honestly, of course, we want to be better people. That's just such a natural thing to want to be. And yeah, I came out for the wrong reasons at first. They weren't bad reasons, but they weren't completely the right reasons. I wanted to be a better speaker, better talker. I wanted to be a better person to hang out with. If someone wanted to hang out with me, I wanted to be more social. But then the longer you're out, you start to realize that there's a bigger picture, and oh my gosh, I don't think I ever would have gotten I don't think I ever would have made sense of everything if I hadn't have gone on a mission, because I've learned the important stuff, and I didn't think it was important before my mission, but it really is. It makes the difference in your whole life, and even after that.
Well, Elder Allen, Elder Brown, thank you. It has been a pleasure to have you guys talk to us today. And again, thank you so much for your hard work and for, just the wonderful spirits you've brought and yourselves to the good state of Texas here. We definitely appreciate it. And as you know, you're always welcome. So thank you so much. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your mission. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us. And we will talk with you again for another episode.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode. Please join us again next time.